This law deals specifically with China's requirements for developing market economy. The law specifies rules for resolving some common issues related to the system of property rights, and it also serves to clarify property ownership, maximize the unity of property, and protect the rights of the property owners. The company law and the law on partnership enterprise, and the law on commercial banks, and the law on farmers' specialized cooperative, all related to the legitimacy of various market entities and guarantee these entities equitable participation in market competition. As in the administrative legislation field, the 10th National People's Congress and its Standing Committee passed 23 administrative laws, including the law on administrative licensing, the law on civil servant, the law on public security management and punishment, the law on citizen identity cards, and the notarization law. In addition, the lawyer's law was also revised. The law on administrative licensing set strict limitations and stipulations on the types of matters that require an administrative license. This law also stipulates that the administrative licensing work conducted by the administrative organs must be legitimate, open, impartial, and convenient for the people, and must not undermine the people's trust by issuing and altering an administrative license without authorization. The law on civil servants defines the following for civil servants: the qualifications, obligations and rights, posts and ranks, recruitment, assessment, appointment and removal, promotion and demotion, rewards and penalties, training, exchange posts and withdrawal, salaries and welfare benefits, resignation and dismissal, retirement, complaints and accusations, post-appointment and legal liability. The law on public management and punishment grants the public security organs and the police necessary power, but the law also established the standard and oversight of this power so as to effectively prevent its abuse and safeguard the lawful right and the interest of the citizens. The revised lawyers' law allowed the lawyers to have a great role play in the society. Environmental pollution is a serious problem China is facing now. Realize the vital importance of natural resources and environmental conservation and protection. The 10th National People's Congress and the Standing Committee enacted and revised 9 laws concerning environmental protection, including the Environmental Protection Law, the Law on Environmental Impact Assessment, the Law on Prevention and Control of atmospheric pollution, the Law on Prevention and Control of Water Pollution, the Law on Prevention and Control of the Environmental Noise Pollution, the Law on Prevention and Control of Environmental Pollution by Solid Waste, the Law on Prevention and Control by Radioactive Pollution. As for in the economic legislation field, the 10th National People's Congress and the Standing Committee passed 23 laws, economic laws, including the anti-monopoly law, the law on banking oversight and management, the law to combat money laundering, the law on corporate income tax, and the law on individual income tax. The anti-monopoly law sets up a legal framework to prevent and stop monopolies and safeguard and promote the fair competition. In order to tighten the financial regulations and preserve the financial order, the law on banking oversight and management and the law to combat money laundering were enacted. Both of these laws improved the legal framework for banking and financial activities. As in the social legislation field, the Standing Committee devoted a great deal of its energy to improve the social legislation as to meet the government requirements of building a harmonious society. Improving the legal framework for labor and social security has a bearing on the vital interest of the workers and thus on social harmony and stability. As a result, these issues are priorities of social legislation: the law on labor contract, the law on employment promotion, and the law on mediation and arbitration of law and the labor dispute were enacted during the past 5 years, and the law on compulsory education, and the law on protection of the rights and interests of the women, the law on protection of the minors were also revised. Additionally, a draft of law on social security was examined. As in the criminal legislation field, the 10th National People's Congress and its Standing Committee passed 2 amendments to the criminal law. These amendments increased the number of the criminal offenses to include the credit card fraud, money laundering, and the violation of production safety standards that result in accidents. Although China's legislation made big progress and its legal construction is still facing some problems, the development of democracy and the rule of law still falls short of the needs of economic and social development. The legal framework shows certain characteristics of the current stage and calls for further improvement. In some regions and departments, laws are not observed or strictly enforced. Local protectionism in the process of law enforcement occurs from time to time. Some government functionaries take bribes and bend the law, abuse their power, and thus bring damage to the rule of law. So, the task still remains onerous to strengthen the education in the rule of law, to enhance the awareness of law among the public. But we are confident in advancing towards the goal of rule by law in China. Thank you for your patience.